everybody, it's Jen here, and I'm coming at you live from Athens Yoga Studio. Today we're going to do a functional flow for the core, which is everything from the neck to the pelvis. So lots involved in the core, so we'll pretty much be doing a flowing, like total body movement today. So we're going to start with having 2 blocks available for this practice and maybe a blanket to get a little more comfortable in the hips. So go ahead and grab your props, get your favorite music going, and then we'll start in standing. So we're going to start here, getting our breath nice and full and deep. So come into a comfortable standing position. Lengthen up through the crown of your head and reach down through your fingertips. You're going to draw the tailbone down as you lift up through the sternum and pull in a little bit with the belly. And the ears align over the shoulders. And we gradually want to move into an equal parts breath, which is my go-to breath, just trying to fill up as much as possible with each inhale and trying to exhale as completely as you can. And this takes a second depending on where we've been, how fast the blood is flowing in the body. So we just want to take a minute to acclimate and just settle through the palms, through the soles of the feet, reach up through the crown. Just feel the body at the surface of the skin and breathe. As you're inhaling, feel like you're getting longer and taller. As you exhale, getting more rooted, but keeping the length. So if you want to turn on Ujjayi breathing, which is a form of breathing that helps you to create a little more heat in the body, it's like you're fogging up a mirror with your mouth closed. And you feel a whisper sound in the back of your throat, sort of like breathing with sound. So if you'd like to use that breath today, you most definitely can. It almost happens naturally as we start to breathe deeply. We're going to start by taking a few sun salute movements. We'll inhale, take the arms overhead. Lengthen, let the arm bones come deeply into the sockets. As you exhale, bring your arms down. One more time, matching the breath to the inhale, reach up. Or matching the movement to the inhale. And matching the movement to the exhale. One more time. Rooting down through the big toes. This time we'll come all the way down to the blocks. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we're going to swan dive forward and reach for blocks. Coming up halfway with the blocks at their highest position, we're going to look forward. Knees can be bent, back is flat. You can look down if that feels better on the neck. Then exhale, just folding down in, bending the elbows towards the back of the mat, bending the knees a little bit more, letting the belly really pull towards the back body. Let the head relax down. A couple more rounds. Inhale, push into those blocks, look forward or down. Exhale, bend the elbows and fold. Pressing into the toes. Inhale up. Exhale down. Pressing into the big toe mounds and the pinky toe mounds. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Feeling the stretch through the back body, more in the low back and the backs of the legs even. Inhale as you press up and start to stand up. Reach up overhead and exhale. Arms down in front of the heart. Feeling the breath on the fingertips, just giving you a point of place to be present, really. Just feeling sensation, taking a moment to pause and feel. Super important in your yoga practice, so we're not just going through the motions. From here, we're gonna come into some sun salutes. So moving the blocks just a little bit out of the way. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, folding down as you exhale, release the head. Inhale, halfway up. You can come to the legs, you can bring the blocks back in. And exhale, all the way back down, step back into plank pose. So lifting up through the belly, pressing into those balls of the feet as you reach back through the heels. Shoulder blades are moving down the back and you're reaching the crown towards the front of the mat. As you exhale, lower your knees, bring the tops of your feet down. You're gonna swing the upper arms in towards your rib cage and exhale all the way down. On your inhale, we're gonna come up into cobra pose. So you can tuck your toes or not. Roll your shoulders back and down. Hug in with your arms. Press down with the toes. If that's comfortable, looking forward. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes. Inhale, press up and back into downward facing dog. Big breath here. Roll the shoulders away from the face. Bend the knees. As you exhale again, feel the belly kind of pulling up towards the back body. So we've got a lot to experience here, thinking about equal effort in opposite directions, or in all yoga rather. So notice where you can press into the floor, lift through the hips, be heavy through the heels. Inhale and lift the right leg as you push down into the hands. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the left. And exhale, lower. Inhale, look forward, step to the top of your mat. Maybe grab those blocks. Inhale. Exhale, folding in. Bend the knees a little more. Inhale, come up, arms overhead. Maybe look up towards those thumbs. And exhale, hands back through heart center and down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Feel strength in your plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, release, tuck your toes, and inhale, press up and back into downward facing dog. You can pedal the feet a little bit, just getting into the calves. Checking in with the shoulders, activating through the low belly. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, right leg up. And swing it through in between the hands. Bring the left knee down. If you need a blanket under the knee, go for it. And then from here, we're just gonna walk up to the top of the knee with the hands. We're gonna take a few breaths here, imagining that we're pulling the heel back and the knee forward. So kind of moving in this scissor type effort. And hold here. As we do that, it activates the transverse abdominals and helps us to lift in that core. One of the most important muscles to engage for the core. Let's reach up overhead, still imagining that you're dragging the heel back And the knee forward. Exhale, touch down, lift up the back knee, step back into your down dog. Other side, inhale, lift up, exhale, swing it through. Once you're here, start to engage in those opposite directions. Walk up on the top of the knee and hold. Feel the low belly engage. And when you're ready, you can reach up. Exhale, reach down. Inhale, come back to downward facing dog. And move the props out of the way. And come down onto the knees. We'll move the blocks for a second. You can always bring them into your practice whenever you need. We're gonna do the bird dog pose, or the spinal balance is what I like to call it. We're gonna extend the left leg back and lift it. Extend the right arm forward and reach it. So reach through the heel, reach through the fingertips, lift up through the belly. Press down into the left hand. Keep reaching in opposite directions. Feel the strength, feel the challenge of the pose. One more big breath in, reach. And exhale, slowly come down. You can wiggle it out and then go to the other side. First, the leg, lift. And now we want to keep the leg in line with the hip joint. So we don't want to lift way up here and drop the belly. We want to lift the belly up and bring the leg into alignment. So as you do, you're going to push into the right hand, lift the left. You can look down, reach. Couple breaths. Every inhale, feel length. Every exhale, feel strong and lifted in the belly. Last big breath in. And exhale, slowly come down. You can wiggle out the hips a little bit. Shake out the wrists, come back into downward facing dog. We're gonna move through a vinyasa, but we're not gonna come up to standing. So as you inhale, come to plank. As you exhale, knees, arms, and lower, right? This is how you wanna engage. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Imagine that you're pulling the mat back with your fingers as you come up. One more inhale up here. And exhale, slowly come down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, press up and back. Downward facing dog. You can always pedal out the feet and move in organic ways as it feels comfortable for you. Next, we're gonna come up and do some warrior poses. So inhale, the right leg up, and exhale, swing it through. So I'm gonna switch sides. The back foot, you want it to be 45 degrees and essentially pointing towards the top of the mat. The front foot, the toes point towards the top of the mat. Press into that foot, keep pressing in, and bring the knee over the ankle. And you're pressing into this foot as well. So we're not just in the pose, but we're engaged in the pose. And then reach the arms out to a T. So we're in warrior 2. Taking a few breaths here and then look over the front middle finger. Keep pressing down through the feet and reaching in both directions. Shoulder blades are down the back. And as you exhale, feeling the belly move towards the spine. Good. As you inhale, next we're going to swing the back hand up to meet the other one overhead. You can always turn the back foot in a little bit if it's too much on the hip, or you can come to the ball of the foot. And then from here, we're gonna move into warrior 3. So the exhale, we're gonna lower the arms down, start to lean forward, right, in humble warrior. Push, stay here, or push into the front leg and lift the back leg. Reaching, reaching, reaching. You want to keep your back in line with the leg. So wherever you are is perfect. Just keep the back in line with the leg. And if you want more, you lower the chest as you lift the back leg. Keep reaching. So shoulder blades down the back, belly drawing up and in. Same sensations we're feeling like in bird dog. And in that practice lunge. Exhale, slowly come down, inhale, reach up. Exhale, release back to the floor, step back into downward facing dog. From here, lift the left leg and swing it through in between the hands. And since I switched sides, I'm going to go back to this side. So we're in a lunge. We're going to plant the back foot down. Push into that front foot as you lift your arms up and open for warrior two. Notice here the belly likes to push forward, but if we keep the sternum lifting and the tailbone reaching down, keeping that alignment we established in mountain pose, every pose is going to have some sort of mountain pose in it. So find that alignment, keep the torso nice and long so we're not tipping the hips forward or back. Reach, 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 push into those legs, look over the front middle finger. If you want more in the lunge, you can totally deepen as necessary for your body today. Inhale, swing the back arm to the front, maybe come up onto the ball of the foot, totally not required. You might feel a little more balanced here. With your next exhale, we'll lower the arms, start to tip forward. You're gonna push off that back foot a little bit and reach, reach, reach towards the foot with your hands. So we're in warrior three. If you want more, lower the chest and lift the foot or lift the heel. Keep drawing those shoulder blades down. Tailbone is reaching down and the belly is lifted up. So it's almost like we're in plank pose. As you exhale, step down, reach up, inhale, maybe look up, lift the heart a little more, and then exhale, touch down at the floor, step back, downward facing dog, and vinyasa. Inhale, plank, exhale, lower, inhale, cobra, exhale, release. Inhale, tuck your toes, and exhale, press back into down dog. So we're finishing down dog and then exhale. Inhale kind of brings us up and back. Maybe a couple exhales through your mouth. Release some heat. Let's come into a twist, nice easy twist. So just step the feet as wide as the mat. Bring your right hand to center and push, push, push into that right hand. Inhale, lift the left hand, and exhale, cross it over to the outer shin. You can look under the arm if that's comfortable. On an inhale, come back to center with the hands. And then take the left hand, bring it to center. Push, push, push into that left hand. Inhale, lift, and exhale, cross over, twist to the left. Feel what there is to feel here, right? So there's all this happening through the rib cage. You keep pushing back into your downward dog. You might feel something along the backs of the legs. You might feel challenged here in balance. Just noticing. Breathing deep. Full and complete. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, pausing here. Step together with the feet. And come forward, lower down onto the knees. I'm going to take the feet off to the side so we can swing around forward. Pausing for a second, sitting up really tall, holding onto the knees. So we're gonna do a few rounds of boat pose here. We're gonna incorporate a block, so if you have your blocks handy, we're gonna use that in a second. We're gonna step the feet about shoulder distance apart, keeping the bent knee, lifting through the chest as there's a string attached to your sternum. From here, we're gonna reach the arms out. They can be like this, or you can turn the palms up, whatever feels good. But then you wanna imagine that you're dragging the heels back towards the body, but they're not going anywhere. And this idea of pull and lift engages our core, our psoas, our transverse. So the challenge is to breathe here smoothly. Keep your arm bones into the socket. And release. So you can keep with this version every time. We're gonna do 2 more rounds. And so I will show a variation. For the second round, just tipping back onto the sit bones and lifting the legs. Reaching and then bringing everything in. And then slowly touch down, extend the legs. You might find that you get a little Charlie horse here, and that's okay, just come out if that happens. Give a little shake. From here, we're gonna try a version with the block. So first I'm gonna use it with my hands, and I'm gonna come into my boat pose. And I'm just gonna hold this over my head, pressing in. Inhale, come back. You're gonna easy cross-legged, bring this block behind you. See if you can squeeze this block with the hands. Keeping the chest lifted. This is one of the harder things for me. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then release. So lots of engagement through the arms, through the hips. Just pause and feel. So we're kind of waking everything up so that we go into the next few poses using these muscles that we have like muscle memory happening. So next, we're gonna come all the way down to the back. We're gonna bring the block in between the legs with the smallest piece of real estate looking at you. So it's gonna come down so that your adductors are squeezing and you're not squeezing with your knees, right? And we're hugging that block in. So feet can be flexed or pointed, just not creating any excess tension. And as of right now, the low back is flat on the mat. With an exhale, you're gonna lower those toes down to the floor. Squeeze, 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 touch, and come back up. Take a few more rounds like this. Three more. Good. Interlace underneath the head. We're going to kind of cradle the skull and let the head be heavy into the hands. Reach out through the elbows. Low back is flat. Exhale down with the toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release out of that crunch and pause with your hands on your belly. Extend the right leg to the sky and exhale it down. Start to bring our hands alongside the body. Inhale it up. Exhale down, up, down, up. Last 2. Slowly touch down with the foot. Extend the other leg and up. About 5 rounds. 2. Keep the leg nice and activated. You don't want the toe to drop out to the side as you lower the leg. And after that last one, you can just give a little sway with the knees to each side and then come back to center. From here, we're gonna roll onto the belly. We're gonna try to give a stretch to the hip flexor. So we want to rest the head down or on a block or on the fist and just grab the back foot if you can, left foot. And just bring the heel as close as you can towards your glutes. And then from here, we're gonna push the foot into the hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release and switch sides. First, just getting a nice stretch, and then we'll do the resistance. And then go ahead and press the foot into the hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and stretch again. And release slowly back to the floor. Bringing the hands to stack for crocodile pose. Bring your feet about mat distance. We're gonna do a couple rounds of back bends, just an easy Sphinx pose. So we're gonna bring the shoulders and elbows into alignment. Palms are flat, pointer finger pointing to the top of the mat. Press down into the elbows, look forward. Maybe this is enough and you feel a nice stretch, kind of just stretching through the front body and opening up through the low back a little bit. But essentially, it's a lift through the upper body. So if it's too crunchy in the low back, then just come back down, or you can scoot those elbows forward. We're gonna come up and down out of this pose a couple times. So as you inhale, push the hands into the mat and straighten the arms. So if you're feeling a little more space, you could always slide those elbows back. As you exhale, just relax the head to one side. One more time, inhale. Exhale, relax the head to the other side. And then one more time, inhale up. You're gonna hold here for 5 breaths. Staying lifted, trying not to just settle in and relax the body, can often lead to injury. Last big breath in and out. Slowly lower down on the exhale. And we're gonna come back to this pose, crocodile. And then coming up to all fours position. And then we're gonna sit on the heels in hero pose. Moving into camel for a little front body stretch. Go ahead and tuck the toes. As you inhale, lift the left arm, and exhale, reach it back towards the left heel and reach up through your right arm. So you can reach straight up, you can reach back, lift the heart and press the front of your hips forward. As you inhale, reach up to come up and settle back down, exhale. Other side, little windmill action. Inhale the right arm up, exhale, reach for the foot as you lift through the left arm. As you settle here, your legs are active, hips are pressing forward, lifting through the chest, reaching through the fingertips, keeping the shoulder blade down the back. You can look up or not. Good, inhale, reach up with those top fingers to come up, and exhale, we're settling back down. And then come back to the heels and pause. We're gonna come onto the back to finish our practice today. So nice and easy, come on down and give the knees a hug. Pressing at the shin so your back is nice and flat. Then we're gonna cross the left ankle over the right knee. Try to keep the knee pushing away from the body. If you wanna interlace under the thigh, you can. Inhale to switch sides. Nice long exhale as you feel the stretch settling in. Couple more breaths here, slow and deep. Breathing into the spaces where you feel the most tension can be different for everybody. And slowly come down, bring the feet to the floor, keep your knees bent, hands to your belly. From here, we're gonna lift the feet, extend the legs and reach the feet towards the ceiling. Interlace the hands over the face with the palms facing up. And then elbows and knees are bent. We're gonna inhale and stretch the arms and legs straight up to the sky. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. We'll do two more. Slowly come down with the feet. Take in a moment to just feel. We're gonna come to a happy baby next. Stretching out the legs a little bit, the hips, the low back area, depending on where you're the most tight. Reach the outer edges of the feet and start to let the knees be heavy towards the floor. If you want to extend the legs for that stretch, then you can interlace the first two fingers around the big toes. Straighten one leg, and then with it nice and engaged, let it come out to the side. Trying to keep the hips nice and flat. When we start to tip over, that means we've got a little too much weight over to the side. We'll go ahead and switch. Good, inhale, come back to center, hug the knees in, and then we'll do Apanasana a couple times, which means that we're just gonna reach the knees, straighten the arms, exhale, hug in. From here, we're gonna move into Shavasana. So Shavasana could look like whatever you would like it to look like. I like to put a blanket under my knees, or even scoot it up under my hips a little bit. Wiggle the shoulders so they're coming together and down the back. Just start to feel into the legs and the hips and the upper shoulders, everything that we worked today. And just take some big, deep breaths here, bringing all your awareness to the surface of your skin. Letting everything else go. Enjoy your Shavasana. Allow yourself to be here for 5 to 10 minutes. We'll see you next time. Namaste.